Hello everyone, Phil here. Welcome back to DSP versus the Internet episode 78. We're now heading into the second half of the show, which features the submissions tier videos. However, a new member, one of the new community that has come over, I believe, from Kino Casino, who actually became an Ultra member to support the channel this week, accidentally posted up their clip in the wrong thread. So I've pulled the clip up. We're going to watch this first. It's literally 27 seconds long. We can do it. We're going to watch this first, and then we're going to continue on to the submissions tier in a random order. All right, so here we go. The final Ultra member video. It is loud. All these videos are different volumes, man. All right, hold on. There's eating the wall chicken. This is a Castlevania. That's a Castlevania reference. In Castlevania, you break the walls open and you find random food items in the wall, like a leg of some kind of a chicken or turkey or like a ham, and you eat it and you get health back. I guess what they're saying is, look at this. This is what would really happen if you ate the wall chicken. That's disgusting. That reminds me of like Garbage Pail Kids or something. Wall chicken? What was I thinking? Bleh. Wow. I've heard that joke somewhere else. Yeah. I've heard that. Yeah. I've heard that somewhere else. I don't know. All right. Now we can get to the... Well, that was in the playlist. Can I remove it, actually? Hold on. Shit. Can I remove it from this playlist? Yes. Good. Okay. Because now we'll refresh. And now the playlist will have the video removed. And we can hit random. Yes, this is perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'll click on the first video. Happy birthday! We'll watch this first video, but then I'm gonna have it go random select after. We gotta remember if it plays the last video, which is aerial views of Seattle before and after an Alaskan wave viaduct. Once we see that one, we know it's gonna basically screw the playlist up and we have to go back and hit like reselecting. Okay? Cool? All right, and let's oh yes, okay, it's auto. All right, good. All right, here we go. Submissions to your videos. Here we go. This is I can tell you right now, I didn't even look at this. I know this is a Chips Ahoy commercial because I remember when they did these claymation commercials back in the day, but I don't remember this particular one. Here we go.
Hey. So, where's the cake?
We're not having cake.
Uh-oh. Wow. Uh-oh. Chips Ahoy, the only cookie where you eat anthropomorphic creatures.
The Outer Banks.
That was it. That was literally it. That was the whole clip. So they edited that. It didn't actually end like that. I think there was like a joke at the end or something. And then it just like said Chips Ahoy, you know. It didn't end like that. That close-up of the music was added in. All right, what is this? Another home collapses into the ocean?
Another home in Rodanthe has
what the
collapsed.
Hell?
This is a look at the home on Corbina
away.
Drive as it got swept away by the ocean tonight.
Wow.
No one got hurt, but this is now the 7th home to collapse on that stretch of beach in the last 4 years. The National Park Service is now warning visitors to avoid the beach until further notice.
Now, hold on. I've talked about this before on the show. Some people actually don't know this, but because you might be newcomers. We've watched videos about people living in the weirdest, most extreme places. Temperatures that are so cold, you can't stay outside for more than 5 minutes, you get frostbite. So they have to have like personal warmers and things they take with them to be able to withstand this level of cold. Places that are so highly elevated that you actually like, it crushes your head. You can't breathe because the elevation is so high. And every time that we watch one of these videos, I ask the question, why do humans, in particular, it's always humans, why do they always dare to venture to try to live in these places? Like, the world is big, right? And you would think there's enough space in the world for us all to live somewhere that you don't have to worry about the most extreme living conditions, right? Now, listen, I totally understand the cool factor of having a beach home where you're on the beach and you're there with the water You know what I'm saying? And these houses probably are valued incredibly highly. Beachfront properties and things are very expensive. But at some point, you realize that the sea level will rise. Like, this is just a fact. Sea levels will rise. The Earth will go through another cycle of ice caps melting. The house isn't going to last forever. I mean, maybe 100 years tops, and then the sea level is going to go up, and then you're screwed. So why do people buy these homes and want to live that? Like, I could see living near the ocean. I don't think I would ever want to live on the ocean. You know what I'm saying? This is wild to me. Because, like, it's crazy. Would they say 4 houses, 7 houses in the last, I think they said 7 houses in the last 4 years. Okay, newsflash. If 7 houses in your neighborhood have washed away in the last 4 years, it's not a safe neighborhood. It's time to move the house or demolish the house. Stop pretending to yourself that it's not going to happen to you. It's definitely going to happen to you. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy.
Because dangerous debris may be in the water up to 12 miles away. Thanks for staying up for 13 News Now at 11. I'm Dan Kennedy, joined by Chief Meteorologist.
Is that over? It's over already?
Tim Pandagis. And Tim, cleanup for this mess could take a while. In fact, the National Park Service tells us tonight they're dealing with rough surf, so it may not be till early next week that they get around to it.
Yeah, prolonged conditions that are going to prevent that from happening, right? We've got Ernesto well offshore, right, still churning, hitting Bermuda, but the waves from it are propagating out, causing higher sea levels. High surf advisories are up for portions of the Outer Banks, coastal flood advisories through the rest of this weekend. So conditions aren't going to get all that much better at all. There's a look at those advisories.
I was going to say, where is this? I don't recognize where this is. Where is this? Lake Land. I don't recognize any of this. I have no idea where this actually is. Down
towards Rodanthe, southern portions of Dare County, right up through this weekend. So conditions there not looking too good. Here's the reason why. There's Ernesto.
Oh, it's North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. So it's North Carolina. That's what they were just showing there. So they had a hurricane off the shore. It's causing the sea level to rise, and then the houses are washing away. So again, I mean, I get it. Like, it's desirable to have a beachfront property, but I would want it to be, like, set back from the beach if I had one. I wouldn't want to be on the beach. Like, that's just crazy. I don't want to wash away. That's nuts, especially because you know those homes are expensive as shit and you just lost your house. I don't think any insurance policy is going to cover that one. Okay, on to the next video.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the...
Now, this is too low. I can barely hear this. Jeez, these volume levels are all over the place. A hilarious Ugandan interview? Okay. How long is it? 6 minutes long? I probably got to make it louder for you guys.
Gay rights activist, Mr.
You guys let me know if you can hear it or not, okay? Let me know.
Should I call you Mr.? Pepe Julian Onzima, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
What?
I'm gay.
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What shows that I'm gay?
You are a transgender, yes, and you're a gay rights activist and an outspoken lesbian?
That's pretty forward. Well, why are you gay?
Homosexual? How can I describe you?
He's so confused. His face, he is so confused. Yo, what? How do I talk to you? I don't understand any of this. Treat me like a 5-year-old who just walked out of the bathroom and a big fight took place and I don't know what's going on in my home and someone has to tell me what's going on. Talk to me now.
Now,
Speak it out.
We're looking at the raging debate. You're a gay rights activist. Why should someone be gay? You're having a girlfriend.
Yes.
Do you perform the natural obligations?
Hold on. I just realized there's no subtitles on because subtitles would help us here, I think, right? Okay. You perform the natural obligations?
I'm not sexually active right now.
So what are
By
you doing with
choice.
this lady?
By choice.
By choice?
Yeah. I've just not, I've chosen not to engage.
Doesn't that make you gay?
What?
What do you mean doesn't that make me gay? I am male and attracted to a female.
So who is gay?
I'm gay.
Oh my God, someone obviously edited it. What is going on? It's so confusing. He said, show me the way. Show me the way. I have no idea what's going on. I don't think anyone knows what's going on in this conversation right now. Everyone is so confused. No one has any idea what's happening.
Told you I'm a human rights defender. And I see Pastor Semper has come here. When I agreed to come to this show, I spoke to you.
I'm sorry, it's just
He
storming.
no, he cannot just storm in. So if he storms in, I storm out. Thanks for your time. I cannot go on with this debate
Before you
anymore.
go, do you recognize?
So basically, this guy, it must be like an anti-gay guy. She says he's a pastor. She says if he was coming in, I'm leaving. Before you go, do you recognize these things? What is he
Pepe,
doing?
I'm sorry, can you give me a minute?
Pepe, do you recognize some of these things here? These
What is
are some
going on?
of the things they use. I want to give you evidence. You see,
Pastor, aren't you being too harsh to these people? Why
no,
for once?
What's going on? What is sticking out of the bag? What is
Think
that?
about the pain they go through as society.
This is the most insane interview ever. Look at all this shit he has in that bag. It's like Santa's magic bag. He's pulling all this shit out.
don't have
Look
the
at this.
equipment to be a man. So what do? To be able to try and penetrate.
Yo, look at the interviewer's face. Yo, the interviewer's face is the best. He's like, Oh my god. What is going on, dude? This is an insane interview.
The other person. They use carrots because it's a carrot.
What?
Because it's a matoke.
I think you're being a little
No. Because
He said, I think you're being illiterate. I think you're being illiterate here.
it's a mbogoya. Because it's a bino bichukamba. So when you use something like this and you put it inside you, you reap your urinary tract areas. When
Oh
they put
my
it inside
God.
your mind, ngabona ba Chris.
This is an actual TV show over there, huh? Holy shit, their TV is something else, right? This is nuts. This guy is so...
Abana bayulika kyetuva tukiyita okuvuga
Yeah, but
olupanga.
this is a disorder.
The subtitle can't even pick it up because I don't think he's speaking English there, right? He says something else.
Right? If it's a disorder,
Yes.
do you feel you're handling it the right way?
Yeah, I'm glad she's talking about
He even says, "Do you think I'm handling this the right? You're handling this the right way."
for everyone. No, it's a she. You see, a car. This one is a banana.
Don't abuse someone's
There's
sex.
a me. I know.
No, you're confused. This one is a banana. What the? This guy, they should have had him do the soft serve ice cream video. This is the ice cream. This is the soft serve. This one is the high fat. This is the low fat. You see? It's like ice cream flying everywhere. Don't you see?
This gentleman is a
No,
transgender.
she's a female. There are no two. It is either male or female.
Homosexuality in this country.
I told you it's
What
not
is it doing?
homosexuality.
Why did he eat it? He ate Why did he eat it? He ate it. This guy is nuts. This guy's got to be insane, right? He ate it on the show.
I do human rights.
What?
Protect life.
You ask
And
Sodome,
life
she said
is-
human rights. We said Sodome, she said gay. We ask Ebisiaga, she said sexual minorities. Confusion of the highest order.
That these people can't go on for as long as they do not recruit or promote. What do you make of the
You
president's
see, the
statement?
president is being pressurized. Me for 3 years.
He's being pressurized? Really? I don't think that's the word he was looking for. The president's being pressurized. They put the president in an airtight bag. They remove the air. He's been pressurized very nicely.
They have opened court cases against me. They have spoken evil against me.
Wow.
They have
We do
called
not
me.
have a court case against
They
you,
threaten
Senator.
death.
We
I've
don't.
received death threats. Americans want to bomb me. This is a man's genital. And you insert them into and
All right. I think we've seen enough. This is insanity. I mean, this is crazy that they do shit like this, but I believe it, right? Like, this isn't staged. This is real. This is real life. This is not fantasy. This is crazy people acting crazy. It's like, what is going on here, man? I haven't seen enough. It's so stupid. He's gonna watch. Here's what they do. I will show you. He shoves it right up his ass right on national TV. You'll see. Oh, it's up there, nice and tight. Oh my! You want me to keep watching this? Are you serious? We have other clips to get to. You want to watch more of this? This nonsense? Oh my god!
the intestine. Okay, they put their genitals into the
Okay, I've seen enough. That's I don't want. We're going to the next video. We're going to the next video. Okay, I'm on the wrong pointer. I can't even. My mind is so addled from this video. I'm using the wrong mouse and the wrong pointer. We're going to the next video. Okay. Oh, see, oh, this is cool. Now, it's 44 minutes long, so we're not watching the whole thing. But I heard about this. That I guess a YouTube channel got the original cast of Resident Evil back together to actually do like a reunion, which is really neat.
Hey everyone, my name is JJ.
And I'm Andrew.
And you're watching The Residents of Evil. Today we are joined by 4 of the original members of the RPG
Cool.
stars who helped birth a multi-billion-dollar media franchise.
Now, keep in mind, these 4 members of Stars literally were only in that intro cutscene of Resident Evil 1, the one with live actors. They're not actually in the game, and they're not the voice actors of the characters in the game. It's just these 4 people were the people who played the characters in the intro. You see?
Greg Smith, Charlie Kreslowski, Eric Furious, and the long-lost yet newly discovered Linda.
As you may know, Greg, Charlie, Eric, and Linda all portrayed Barry Burton, Chris Redfield, Albert Wesker, and Rebecca Chambers in the live-action cut sequences featured in the original Resident.
Look at Wesker's hair. Now looking back at it today, it looks so fake. You could tell he didn't have blonde hair, and they like gave him some kind of dye to just spray in his hair. It looks so bad. But we all back in the day watching this very low-res cutscene at the beginning of the movie all thought he was just like a natural blonde. Like, it looks terrible, right? It looks like a magic marker in his hair.
Evil video game released on the PlayStation in 1996.
That's Jill. They didn't get Jill, huh? They got Chris, Barry, Wesker, and Rebecca Chambers, but not Jill.
Before we jump into today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join us on Patreon. We run a small operation and create...
No! I want to watch your video first, then judge if I want to do that.
Creating content like
right
this
now.
is no easy...
Stop that shameless shilling. How dare you? By the way, guys, if you want to line the King's coffers further today, go ahead and send a tip for the King's tax, all right, guys? Or a membership, or a super chat. All would be greatly appreciated right here on DSP Reacts. Thank you all very much. But shame on them for shilling. Shame on them.
Easy feat.
The King's shame on them.
So every bit of your support matters in helping grow the row.
And be sure to watch this video all the way to the...
Yes, Double M says, I thought that it was in black and white. The original one is in black and white because of the gore in it. They wanted to censor it because I guess they thought it would look too realistic if it had the color. But the colorized edition, if I remember correctly, was added later on for, I think it was the collector's cut or something like that. It wasn't the initial release, but later on they released the colored cut. So I remember that.
The very end, because we have a very big announcement that you won't want to miss. Today, we once again enter the world of survival
Derek, I'm seeing your comments. I am seeing your comments. I responded to you earlier, Derek.
horror, but this time we are joined by Linda in her return to the Resident Evil community after 28 years. Welcome.
Wow, that makes me sound really old. Exactly.
So,
how old are you? 92. Oh, shit.
First question for you guys. Do you remember these gentlemen, Linda? And then do you guys remember Linda?
You know, I do, briefly. I mean, it was a big day. It was a wild shoot, and it was very different than anything else that I had been doing in Japan at the time when I was modeling.
Oh, they filmed it in Japan. I see. Okay.
So I think it left a really big impact on me as a young girl. So I remember meeting these guys, but it's been a while.
Yeah. What about you guys? Do you guys remember her?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
What's crazy is he's Wesker, and he looks nothing like Wesker, right? Like in real life now. I mean, this is what, 28 years later, but he doesn't look anything like Wesker. I would argue Barry still looks like Barry. Chris definitely looks like an older version of Chris, but Wesker doesn't look anything like the original character.
All looked a little bit different, right? I remember for the shoot, I actually had blonde hair, and they spray painted my hair that morning.
There you go.
So I would look more like in character, like Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
I have kind of a fuzzy recollection, and I think you said that you were actually booked through a different agency or something like that,
right?
Yeah. And just kind of arrived on your own. So I think maybe that's kind of why I think I remember the others a little bit better. But I remember you being there, but the important thing is that you're here now.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. I kind of remember you.
She's probably like, why does anyone care about this? She's like, this is like an intro cutscene to a game. Yeah, it's a super popular game. A lot of people saw the cutscene, but it's not like she's the character in the game. Why do so many people care? I mean, this is a case where this is a channel 100% dedicated to the history of Resident Evil. So this is the kind of stuff they do, right? I get it. I'm not gonna felt them and be like, oh, felting your channel and insulting them. I get it. This is their shtick. This is what they do. But for her, she's probably like, I don't even know why anyone was looking for me, right? Like, why does anyone care about this? What's the big deal? It was just a job. I walked in, I did it, I walked out. It was like one day's work. Why, you know, and here we are. This is like the most famous work I've done 28 years later. This is what everyone wants to know, right? Hold on. I have received a $1.69 tip. Someone says, I am but a poor man, but I skipped dinner to feed the king tonight. Well, thank you for that, but I don't know what kind of a dinner you could have afforded for a $1.69. I mean, if you're skipping your dinner, you could have at least thrown me at like a 20, right? $1.69. I mean, there's like $19 missing there. What are you talking about? Well, you can't even buy a burger off the dollar menu for $1.69 with tax and everything. Like, what are you talking about? What a meager feast. Were you eating like a single lima bean? Like in those cartoons back in the day, and they cut the lima bean into thin slices, and they're eating like tiny, insanely like paper thin slices of lima beans? That was your dinner? Wow. Well, thank you for the tip. But it's a pretty meager tip, I'm just saying. All right. Let's continue.
Vividly, because we spent a lot of time down. We were in the pretend helicopter together, which was supposedly the end. It was just us two. Being really sad because we'd left these guys behind, all that kind of stuff. And there was a lot of downtime between filming and.
What's wrong with their mic? You hear how the mic got bad all of a sudden? The mic they put on him is terrible. It has that terrible reverb effect. It sounds like shit.
We must have done a fair few takes together, and we got sitting there drinking oolong tea,
It was a long
sushi,
day.
and just chatting about the world. Yeah.
You remember having sushi, the little the bento box
Yeah,
stuff?
the bento boxes, the plastic ones. Yeah.
You got a good memory.
Yeah, I got to remember that well.
None of that Foster's has taken any of the edge.
I guess they should have. They didn't mic them all, did they? They should have mic'd each one. But I think there might be a group mic picking up the voice because you have it so echoey. It doesn't sound very good. Cody, thank you for super chat. Cody says, "Here's my dinner money, King. $1.99. At least with the $1.99, maybe you can get like a dollar burger off the dollar menu." So thank you, Cody. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. All right, now we're talking. Now we're getting more reasonable. Okay,
Job,
all right.
That's great. Yeah, you remember being in the trailer? We did spend a lot of time in there. There was a lot of I mean, just have heavy duty makeup, and that's just on that Japanese role to have that. Time,
yeah, and I think weren't they doing like behind the scenes footage?
Yes.
And,
yeah.
I just remember like kind of like feeling the camera on me, and I was like trying to look really cool. And it was just kind of like
you had the bib, the makeup bib.
Yeah.
I remember when I got there, I was so used to, having really lovely makeup on for my shoot. And I remember the makeup artist, when she was done with my makeup and my hair, she took me outside and she's like, "Can you roll around in the dirt?" And I thought, oh my goodness, this is so odd. Like, they want me to roll in the dirt and get dirty. And I didn't really, they hadn't opened the studio door. So I didn't.
It's like, yeah, it's an acting job, not a modeling job. It's not like she was used to modeling job. She didn't even understand what the job was. She just took it.
Know what was going on or what the job was for.
See, she didn't even know. How do you agree to a job? I guess maybe her agent was a good agent. She just trusted her agent. Would you just walk into any job, you don't even know what it is, and agree to it? I mean, that might be pretty risky, no? Especially because she's in Japan. She might not even understand what people are saying around her. Like, right? I don't know. What's up, Stoic?
I didn't know what was going on. And I just remember her getting me really dirty and then kind of walking in somewhere and seeing the coolest robotic dogs, and they were Dobermans. And as a young girl, living in Japan, I didn't speak Japanese yet. So
see? She didn't even know what the hell anyone was saying around her.
Everything was new and exciting and very different from where I grew up. But I remember those dogs, they were so cool because they were robotic and they had blood on their teeth and they could move. And I thought wow, this is the coolest. And I still didn't really know what the job was for. And then
you're like, your dinner. Go talk to the dog, see what happens.
When we got on set, I got to meet you guys and there was a helicopter and there was a whole lot of everything going on. And I remember it was a long day. We were there for a long time, but I didn't know what it was for. No idea.
I remember looking at the storyboards.
So she did the whole job and still didn't know what it was. Maybe that's why she couldn't be found. No one even knew who she was.
So it would make sense, and of course it didn't at all.
And even directions weren't very clear, right?
Right.
I mean, it was Japan, so not everyone spoke English well, and you kind of just went with it. And like you said, the storyboards, you see it makes sense to them, but it doesn't make sense to you.
Right. You see like some guy like this.
Lady Christmas says, being a non-Japanese person working in Japan, you take any job you can because they're very rare, and back then it was even more so.
Okay.
Linda, it's been a while.
It has been.
How does it feel coming back to the world of Resident Evil?
Well, I mean, I had no choice. This guy kidnapped me.
Whoa. You can't joke about that stuff in 2024, man. You can't. You do that, you know, this guy's going to jail now just because she made a little off-the-cuff joking comment.
What was I going to say? I mean, it's hard to say no to Andrew. He's such a good guy. And honestly, you guys, I mean, we haven't spent that much time together, but I always follow my gut. And I feel like this is my extended family now. So, yeah, it's been great.
Then why did it take 28 years? Wait a minute. I always follow my gut. It's my extended family. I avoided you all for 28 years on purpose, but now I'm back. Finally, all my other roles have dried up. It's time for the gravy train to start rolling in now. All right. Well, this is good, but this is way too long. It was cool to see them. Thanks to whoever submitted the clip. But it's time to split the part. When we come back, there'll be time for a little bit of Q&A, I believe, for the super members. If you become a super member of this channel, you have a chance to ask me a question or two, and I take a little bit of time near the end of the show to answer those questions, and we're going to do that next and then watch more. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. See you in the next part of DSP versus the Internet.